All right, so I hit the button. It says that we're live, so I'm assuming that we're live. Hello, everyone. My name is Kara Brown, and welcome to another month of Boozy Planner-o-rama, where we all get together and talk about stationary pens, have an adult beverage. Except for me, I am the designated streamer, so it's just root beer today.
Right. So. There you go. Let's have a little drink. Ready?
Yeah, just start off the stream, right? But anyway, That's who I am. If my lovely co-host would like to introduce themselves, and you have to also talk about what pen you're using, and in order to set the example, I would actually tell you what pen I'm using, except I wore off all the stuff on it. I'm using this pen. I'm using this pen because it is a 0.01 pen, so it's like really fine. So
that's the Steadlers, isn't it?
It probably is.
Oh, yeah.
I love them Steadlers. They're my favorite.
That could be an S.
I feel like I've heard that. I feel like I've heard that name before. So yeah, okay. I've got a bang thing going. Hi. I made it worse. All right. Hi, dear God. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Lisa Daly, and I'm Caro's co-host today. And I will be, okay, this is kind of funny. I will be using this lovely collection of colored pens today.
I have those. Right? They're wonderful.
They are, but here's the thing. Super cheap. I really like them. They're not too thick. They have great colors, and they're very inexpensive, and I bought them on Amazon. And the writing is all in Chinese, but I remember the company was called I Buy 'em, like BAYAM, which I think maybe is supposed to be a joke. But I did buy them 2 times. All right. So that's what I'll be doing.
I'm about to have to replace my Steadlers. The red, the yellow, and the black. I'm like, gee, it shows you what I use all the time. But hi, everyone. I'm Amy Awesome Buddy, as I usually go by. I forgot to change my name before I joined the studio today. I'm also the Gremlin Answer.
You are the Gremlin Answer.
Yes. Today I am using I'm doing a lot of stuff in pencil. And today I've got those Papermate pencils.
Oh yeah.
You know, the ones with the little like rubber lines on them and the color matches the pen and all that. Yeah, they're like $4 a pencil, but I love them. I've had them for years, and it's one of those things that once I broke down and spent the money on it, because I bought the set, that way I could have all the colors and really feel like I was doing something. I just don't bother with any other pens now. So
that's fair.
So you can get them at Walmart. They're nothing special, but they're pretty.
They're pretty. We like pretty here.
I love pretty.
I do. Oh man. So how did your guys' month go? Did you get all your goals done?
It went fast, I'll tell you that much.
Right?
It did. I think part of it's because we're a little earlier this month than usual, which is what, like, I feel, were we a little later last time and then now we're a little earlier? Is that right?
Yeah, I think it's just been 3 weeks.
It's been 3 weeks.
Yeah, mostly because I asked you to move it back one day because I had D&D, and then and then we couldn't do it next weekend because it was 4th of July. And we were like, it's like we're not going to be doing 4th of July stuff. It's a holiday.
Right. So yes. So I would say I was pretty light on my goals because my kiddos were ending school. And I had, and I just felt like wiped out. And in the middle of this, like, I injured my back at IKEA, which is the dumbest thing ever. They literally have people there to lift stuff into your car, in case anyone's wondering. And word of advice, if you ever get a cart that goes like this, don't just try to power through the entire store. Get a new cart. You're welcome, everybody. So, yeah, that's what I did. Super fun. Yeah, I did not get some of my goals done. I will say one of my goals is to finally get my crap together with my website, and Amy knows this better than anyone. And that is just, I work on it on a semi-regular basis. I do not want you to think there is a book coming your way. It's literally that I do it for a little while, and then I get called to something else, and so I have not had like the time to dedicate to it.
It's okay. Even if it is a book, that's what I'm here for.
Okay. It really isn't. You're going to be like, why did this take 17 months when you get my page and a half of notes? So, yeah.
Well, I'm glad it's only a page and a half. That's nice.
Yeah, so far, so good. Not too bad.
Great. But yeah, my goals, I honestly have been dealing with a medical issue since February. So my goals are pretty much like week to week. Like, okay, this client has this issue. Okay, I got to get this done. That's about all I can handle because my medicine makes me really spacey. And June is a big month for me. My birthday was on the 17th. My anniversary was on the 24th. I've got 2 more birthdays before the end of the month, one on the 29th and one on the 30th. So June, back in the day when I had less going on, I used to take the whole week of my birthday off. And this year, Caro would not let me work on my birthday. It was the only day of the week that she had available for a meeting because I needed her to help me with something Mad Raptor related. And she refused to take the meeting with me because she wouldn't let me work on my birthday. So
you're like, oh, that's my birthday that day. I was like, then we're not working. Like,
but I need to do this. And I was like, well, you're taking the whole week off. Too bad.
Bye. Have a nice day.
Yeah, that's pretty much how that conversation went. No. Okay, bye. But I am up to speed. I have managed for the last 2 months to do what needed to be done when it needed to be done. I am caught up on everything. So I'm kind of excited to figure out like what my planner is going to look like for July because I'm going to try to get back to I have like a 5 notebook system. My desk is set up just perfectly where I've got all my tool notebooks to the left of my computer screen. And so as long as I'm sitting at my desk, it's not a problem for me to have that multiple notebook system, which is, sometimes challenging for people because they need it all in one place.
Right.
As long as I do all of that work at my desk, I'm good. All these notebooks are here. And so are my stickers and my pens and everything. So
speaking about here, I should say hi to people in the comments because I'm a social person.
You are. Well, and the whole point of the Boozy Planner-o-rama is to be social, right?
Oh my goodness.
Well, and to plan.
To pretend. Yeah. We make attempts here, yes. So anyway, Jeannie's here. Hello, Jeannie. Jeannie and I have a book, and they're gonna get married. Like I've already decided. I put the covers together. They look beautiful together. It's just a thing for me. Adega is here. Hello, Adega. Thank you so much for coming to join us.
Hi, Adega.
Lisa is obviously here. Hello, Lisa. How are you?
I'm great. Glad to be here.
I'm glad you're here too. Mr. Brown is here. Hello, Mr. Brown.
Hello, Mr. Brown.
Oh, here's a face I haven't seen forever. Since seriousness. Hello. I hope that you are doing very well, ma'am.
Hello.
Let's see. Jeannie is also a designated streamer. She has water. Oh, okay, drink, yo.
I have some water. All right, we'll do that.
I have water too.
Right.
But I do have an obscene amount of cookies and milk. So
that sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the spirit of self-care through self-indulgence is cookies and milk night.
Self-care through self-indulgence.
I like that.
I love that. That.
It's like the ultimate stress food.
Right?
Yeah. JC's here. Hello, JC. It's always good to see you. Steven's here. Hello, Steven. Jean. Oh, go on.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm very excited to see JC here because she can't, we moved our regular stream from Wednesday to Monday and she can't make it on Mondays. And so I'm so glad you're here. Yay.
I'm glad that you're here too. This makes me happy.
Yeah, me too.
See, Jeannie says the remake cover might even be better. I don't know. Like, I guess you could give it a glow up. We'll see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. And then Steven's like, I actually made it for once. Yes, you did. Awesome. Yay. So we have a really bad habit of we just start drinking and chatting and then we don't get anything done.
But thank God you're here to keep us on track, Carol.
Yeah, designated streamer. We're going to work on planner stuff. And I have a timer here and I will use it if we get off task. Okay.
Woo!
No. But anyway, so, oh my goodness, next month. Next month. I would like to live. You know what? I should probably get a piece of paper and write some thoughts down. That's what I should do. So my boss and I at work, she wanted to read this book, and I can't remember the title of it. I think it's called like "Make Shit Happen" or something like that. And it's obviously it's some kind of productivity book, and I think we got into 2 chapters of it, and I turned the audiobook off, and I was like, no.
You were like, I could have written this book.
I could have written it better. Like you would have been so proud of me, Lisa, because I was sitting there because we were listening to the audiobook and I had the paper book in front of me. So I was circling all the typos and where things had gone like horribly wrong.
Oh, I love that. Love it.
And she's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm going to mail it back to him and tell him that his book is crap."
Oh, this is why I love you so much. Just saying.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But let's see. So my monthly goals, let's see, for hold on, I've got my color code right here. Personal. So my author goal is pretty simple because Amy challenged me to that word war where I basically have 31 days.
That was Sky. I got roped into it too, but it was Sky who initiated the battle.
You know what? You're all in it together. You both brought me in. So anyway, word war is my goal.
Oh snap! I should write that down because I agree to do that too.
Yeah, I'm not going to challenge you, Lisa. You're safe.
Thank you. I see JC has a plan here.
JC has a plan. Let me see. See, so what you should do is only take a drink after you do one thing in your planner and then another.
After the next task you set up. I have a lot of things to write down. So I feel like that might be problematic for me. I'll be like, okay, I wrote down one.
Probably get them writing a category. There you go. Every time you finish a category of what you need to get done. Yeah.
That's a good plan.
Yeah. Let's see. Anthology. No, we'll just make that MRP. Aha. And anybody in the comments, if you want to talk about what you're working on this coming month, feel free to. This is kind of like a plan with me session. Like, what are you doing? Like, tell us about you.
I will tell you. So I'm doing something different. A lot of times I'm working kind of on the same goals, right? I'm trying to knock all my Kanban to-dos down to the done panel. But this month, I'm hopefully going to get all of the elements together to do the indie re-release of my novel 15 Minutes of Shame, which was my first novel, originally published by Penguin, and I just got the rights back. And I had a cover designer for the Czech edition. And I love the cover. I was like, I am madly, madly in love with it. And I have been literally chasing this woman for like over a month, like Instagramming her. I emailed her 57 times. And finally, I called her on the phone. She in Paris, even though she's Czech. And she lives there. And I didn't know, she has parts of her website in English, but I didn't know if she spoke English or if it was just a translation. And I called her. I used some very bad French, but she is going to give me that cover, and I am very excited. So I will be doing all the things that I need to start thinking about to do my first indie novel launch. I'm very excited. I know. So I'm starting to kind of like make lists and get organized around that. I'll probably need help on that.
Well, you've got.
I see some web pages in your future.
I see that too. Yeah, definitely. And I'm excited about it. I'm also really nervous about it. But also, I'm planning to take most of July off. So I'm definitely going to be working on this in August. Yeah, we're going surfing at the end of the month. which I'm very excited about. That's like one of my favorite things to do.
I don't know you. Mm-mm.
What?
You don't take time off.
I know. It's been a long time. Like, I used to be really religious about vacations because you're actually more productive when you take time off. And
yes,
I have not really taken time off. Like, I just kind of kept working and burning out all the way through the last year and a half. And now I'm about to have it's going to break down if I don't do stuff that's fun. So that's what I'm going to do. I know somebody else who could use a vacation. Carol Brown.
technically, I didn't get jacked down for 3 months because I didn't have anything to work with.
That's not the same as taking a vacation. It's not the same.
That's a stresscation.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Staring at an empty desktop with rage is not a vacation.
No. Or hate searching for a certain criminal. Yeah.
There was no hate searching. I found him. Oh yeah. For those of you who don't know, I basically had the moving epidemic from nobody asked for.
Oh, the worst.
It was terrible. But I lived through it and
moving stories. But you're literally the worst moving story I've ever heard.
Oh well. If I'm going to do something, why only do it part way? Just go all the way. Am I going to have a terrible move? No, right? I'm going to have the worst move in history. That's what's going to happen. In
the history of moving, right?
Yes.
And because you're a terrific writer, you're going to be able to tell a great story about it later.
Oh yeah, my family likes to make me talk about it when we get together because apparently I do it really well, and I'm like I'm suffering every time I have to share the story. Like, I have a husband, have him tell it.
Mm-hmm. Well,
he's just as entertaining, I promise.
Don't make me relive it every day.
Please.
So Sky gave me these word count stickers, which, hold on, where are they from? Here. See if I can get, maybe I should make myself bigger.
Big, yeah.
I don't want to. Okay, see if I can get that to zoom in. Come on. Ignore my head.
They're cute. Pull them back a little teeny bit. Oh, there you go.
Let me see. Come on.
It just does not want to unblur. So the blurry print says word count, right?
There we go.
There it is. Yay.
But yeah, so it just says word count, and there's 36 of these stickers, and there's 31 days next month. So I'm just going to use these all to track my word count for next month.
Nice.
Yes. Because I use the stickers, which means I have to write on them, or I would have wasted this very nice gift that Sky gave me. So
I actually got an awesome gift from Sky today. My birthday present came through. Yeah, she got me some more tool covers. I made the mistake of telling her that now my sister got me the fancy Happy Planner metal rings that are in the rainbow colors for my birthday. Yeah, they're awesome. And I knew exactly which tool notebook to put them on. Actually, it was one that Sky got me as my birthday present last year. Aww. So it was perfect. And but then I told her, I made the mistake of saying, but now I have an extra set of rings. I used to have my rose gold rings that I loved in that notebook. And now I have the new metal ones. I made the mistake of saying I have fancy rings with no covers. So she actually got me 2 covers. One of them I love. It's real simple. It's like a gray, and it's got this kind of like magnolia flowers in this like vintage kind of style, sort of, on the top and the bottom, just a little splatter of flowers, and it says, "Life is tough, but so are you." Because Sky's been supporting me by listening to me bitch for the last 4 months. And then the other thing that she got me is another tool cover. And it's just the cutest damn thing. I should have taken a picture of it so I could show you guys. But it's this galaxy background, and it's a little picture, a little hand drawing of Baby Yoda.
Aww.
Yeah, I can't think of his real name, but I know Baby Yoda's not his real name for anybody out there.
No, he's Baby Yoda. He is always Baby Yoda.
What is it, Rugu?
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, something like that.
The child, yeah. Before all the
His name is Baby Yoda, damn it. I will accept nothing less. But it says, in a dark place we find ourselves, and a little more knowledge lights our way, which, that's a line from the movie. And then on the back, there's another adorable picture of Baby Yoda, and it says, always remember your focus determines your reality. And I love them. They are adorable. And I know exactly what I'm going to put in the Life is Tough, but So Are You one, because now I have a lot of medical stuff that I have to track on a daily basis. So I'm like, yeah, that's perfect. But,
that is.
Yeah.
Right? Level 32 tried to kill me, but I made it to level 33. So...
Yay!
But I think I'm going to use the Baby Yoda for whatever creative project that I do for the July Right War. I don't have any use for it at the moment, and it's so stinking cute that I want to look at it on a regular basis. So I think I'm going to do that with it. And but yeah, that's my snazzy new planner stuff I got just today. And let me see if I can. Let me see. I got the wrappers right here, so I can tell you what company she got them off of on Etsy, in case anybody's interested.
Yeah, let me say hi to folks real quick because a couple new people came in. So Darth Harster, if I'm saying that right, I'm sorry if I'm not, is here. Hello, thank you so much for coming to join us. Let's see, Adega says, I have to finish one of my book projects, get my editing part done on 2 more, and write another script for top 5s. Oh my goodness, sir. I need your energy. I really do.
Well,
see,
yeah.
Darth says, I haven't surfed in a long time. I've never surfed. I kind of watch it from a distance. That seems like a
yeah, I'm not going to surf. I'm just not going to do it.
You know what? It's so, I can't even express how much fun it is. It's just so freeing and fun, and it, like, by the end of the day you're like physically just wiped out, and when you like ride a wave all the way in, it just like feels so awesome. And even when you like, the best part, well, Darth can tell you this, right? So not only like riding the wave and like just killing it all the way through is like awesome, but also hanging out on your board, waiting for the waves to come, talking with your friends or your family, or whoever you're surfing with, also really awesome. Like, it's just peaceful and relaxing, and
you are such a beach babe, Lisa.
I am such a beach girl.
No matter what you say, all I'm going to hear is, I can't see the shark. 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 That's the only thing I can think when I'm in the ocean.
You know what? So we surf in Cocoa Beach a lot. And often when we're surfing, we see dolphins right there in the area where we surf. And usually if there are dolphins around, there are no sharks.
Right. Let's see. Steven, I have to finish a book because a friend and I challenged each other to finish our projects at the end of July. Well, that sounds very familiar.
It does.
That's good. That's good. Are you going to make it?
Am I going to make it?
No, Steven.
Oh. Steven, are you going to make it?
Are you going to make it, Steven? You can do it. We know you can do it. In seriousness, finally finished packing, so I'm going to work on a final draft. Good for you.
See, I got Lisa to read for me. This is great.
Sorry, have it.
I know. Hey, Aphrodite. I said hi earlier. I'm just saying hi again.
Love that avatar.
Hey, Aphrodite.
I see Steven also doing YouTube planning because I will start posting on YouTube in July. Very nice. And since I'm actually writing it in my planner, it will happen.
Yay! Like, good job.
Yeah. Wendy Scribbles is here. Ah! Hello, Wendy. Real Monsters. I missed that show. Did you guys used to watch that?
No.
It was great. I loved it.
What show?
Real Monsters.
Oh, no.
It was about like these monsters that were going to like some kind of monster academy, and then they would kind of sneak into your house through the toilet and try and scare you, and then they would like take like your scare juice and bring it back. It was kind of cool.
Yes.
So the Toilet Bowl Monsters Inc.
Yeah. Aphrodite says, I'm terrible at actual planner setup. Please invite me on stream so I can just hang out. You gotta do the work. You gotta get the planner done. But yeah, we can invite you next time, Aphrodite. See, I have to do business stuff today and tomorrow, so no creative work today. Yeah. I'm putting stickers on paper. That's what I'm doing. That's my because I actually spent the day going like, how did I do last month? And I was like, I did a lot of things, but did I actually like get my goals done? Like, that was my question for the day.
Yeah.
And then Oh, go on.
Well, no, I was just gonna say, so like some things things like purpose, I copy over from month to month. Like it's always right there. But then I have like kind of my main 4 goals, and those are always different. And so when I'm flipping back and forth to copy my purpose over from June to July, I'm looking at my goals for June and I'm like, okay, well, I have accomplished 2 of the 4. The third one is happening on Tuesday. And the only one I haven't done is finish the book. And I thought I was going to get it done by the end of the month, but it's not happening. The back thing threw it. It's okay. I'm actually cool with it. I'm making excellent progress. So
okay, that's good.
It is. Well, and I'm feeling more and more like I might do it indie. I'm not quite sure. The thing is, I was trying to get it done by the end of June because, as you know, traditional publishing sort of shuts down in August. And so I thought if I don't get it done by the end of June, then it'd be like September before I hear anything. So, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. So maybe me not getting it done this month is just the universe saying, indie publish. I don't know.
I know you've been talking about it for a while, that's for sure.
I have. I really can't. I feel like the fact that I got my rights back to 50 is my opportunity to see whether or not this, because that was a book that was already out, but I essentially could repackage it. And, and it's been a long time. Like it originally came out in like 2008. So I'd probably do a little bit of a rewrite and, to take out the fax machines. And yeah. There are a couple of things in it, right? I just kind of, just update it a little bit and take out Matt Lauer's in the original version. He's gone. And yeah, so I felt like this would be a good opportunity to sort of see if this is something I would like to do. So I'm really on the fence. Like there's part of me that really wants to do it, and there's another part of me that just says, just do what you're doing.
Well, I guess you have a couple more days before the new quarter starts, so you can really make that choice if you want to do it or not, and then put it on your quarter goals.
I know. I should put on my quarter goals. Freaking decide what you're going to do with that book.
But how would you turn that, into a task that you could do weekly and daily?
Every day that I don't
sounds like
do
a post-it note on the bathroom mirror kind of situation to me. You're going to see it every day.
So you should know this about me. I am not a person that usually struggles with decisions. I am a quick decision maker, generally speaking. I'm not sure why all the waffling back and forth on this. I think it's because it's such a different thing for me. That's it.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. But honestly, like, I just don't generally waffle over decisions. I usually know what I want to do. If I don't, I'll kind of do pros and cons. I'm a firm believer that you can fix it in post. I think if you make the wrong decision, it's not permanent. And I guess that's really good advice, right? If I make the wrong decision, if I make the decision to do traditional publishing, I can fix it, but it'll be like 15 years from now. But if I did make the decision to do it indie, I could always go back and do. As long as it sold okay, I could always do it.
I wish other people were as easy to coach as you, because I don't have to say anything. I just go like, yeah.
And then I'll just go through all the steps by myself. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here to listen to. It's great. Yeah.
All right. Okay. I did not get my newsletter.
Carol tries to coach me.
I know. Carol's a good coach, though.
Look at her face. Did you see her face when I said that?
Carol is a very good coach. She's very good at keeping you on track, right? She's very good.
I just changed my approach for every person. So like, with Lisa, I'm like, oh yeah, tell me more about that. And you verbally walk yourself through it. With Amy, I'm like, stop it.
I'm going to have a drink.
You should have a drink. Let's see. Hey, Mary's here. Hey, Mary. Made it better late than never. Very true. Always good to have you here.
Very nice.
What are you working on today, Mary? I have questions. Steven says, I do believe I should complete the book by the end of July. Fantastic.
Awesome.
Dal is here. Hey, Dal. It's always good to see you. And then Wendy says, Kara's good at motivating people. I guess
True.
so.
True. No, you really
Kara
are.
is determined to motivate people despite our own self-inflicted shortcomings. Kara's just like, no, you do this. No, you do this. No, you do this.
Or
No matter
she'll
how
just
many times we say we're not going to get a website, Kara says, yes, you will.
right.
You didn't get it this quarter. We're going to put it on goals for next quarter.
Or if you mention, boy, I really need to update my website, she'll be like, I've already set up a group chat with you and Amy. She's on Facebook and she's awaiting your call.
I think Kara's done that to me like,
I feel
Kara,
guilty.
like 6 times?
Every time a week goes by when I haven't sent you my notes, I always feel like, what would Caro do?
If Kara was still a part of that group chat, she'd know this.
She'd be kicking our butts. I know. Well, it's not your fault. First of all, you've been injured. Second of all, you're waiting on me. It is my fault. But in my defense, I've had a lot of stuff on fire for a while, like where I really had other stuff that had to take priority. But
yeah,
it is something we're doing this year.
Oh, this year. So you've got 6 months.
I know.
2 more quarters, Carol. Hold your raptors.
I know. Well, to be fair, we've already gone through, like, content-wise, we know everything that's going to be on there. Mm-hmm. We're basically working on look and functionality now. So,
why are you explaining it to me?
Because you're the one that's going to hold us accountable.
Like you're the boss. Yourself to me. I'm like, what? Like, what am I going to do? Like, I don't know. I mean, I was about to say I can't drive to your house and stare at you, but I guess I could. Then that would be creepy.
You're welcome anytime to come stare at me. You know what? You should come stare. You can stay in my guest bedroom. You can come. We'll float in the pool, and you can stare at me then.
She wants me to sit out in the Daystar, Amy.
Oh
my goodness.
No.
The Daystar.
I know you're kind. I'll put a little basket of 50 sunscreen for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. You know what's weird? Let me just tell you a very strange thing. So
I love strange things.
My mother worked for a dermatologist when I was a kid. And I have literally been wearing, like, when I go to the beach, as much as I love it, right? I am wearing 50 sunscreen. I never, like, my whole goal was always to never, ever get burnt or even really get any color. When I ride at the beach, I'm under a hat, 50 sunscreen, and an umbrella, right? For whatever reason, this summer, I've been out in my pool a lot, and I have been getting, like, tanned. And I'm, like, embracing that, and I think it's something to do with the pandemic. Like, I just want proof I've been outside. I don't know what it is. Although the funny thing is, I showed you, like, I have these, like, chaises, these fancy pool chaises where you're like above the water, you're not even like in the water, and but they only work in the front, right? So just the front part of me is dead. The back part.
What I'm hearing is Lisa is so professional. Lisa is so professional that her acting out from being over quarantined for a year is getting a tan. She's throwing caution to the wind. SPF, what?
You're too wild for me, Lisa. We have to intervention, like, too much.
I've dropped down to a 15 from a 50. Oh my gosh, I'm a wild woman. I know, but I look at my, like, brown arms and the brown fronts of my legs, and I go, like, yes, I'm having a vacation this year.
When I garden, I wear a garden hat, and I live way back in the woods. And I usually start gardening by, like, I'm outside by 6:30 in the summertime because the sun is up at 6.
Oh, yeah, it's hot.
Yeah, so I'm outside by 6. But because I live in a valley in the woods, the sun doesn't actually break through the trees and hit my ground until about 9:30. So if I finish gardening by, like, 9, I'm back inside before the sun even starts touching my plants. And so even though I garden every other day, every third day, I'm out there for a couple of hours because there's so much to water, and I still barely get a tan. Like, the tannest part of me is my feet, and that's from all the other stuff that I do outside because I hate shoes. So I constantly, like, even when I go to the store, I have on sandals.
Oh my
Like, that's all you're getting out of me. So
That is hilarious. Yes, can I just say yes, doll, you are correct. You are correct. It's only 5 months. We don't have 7 months. We only have 5 months because July starts in like 3 days.
Yes. You have 2 quarters.
Yes.
You have 2. Yes, that's 26 weeks.
Well, wait, yes. Yes, we
5
have 2
months? Don't you mean we have 6
No,
months
we have
left
6.
in the year?
She said July. She said 5 months. I said July. Yes.
Same difference.
Same.
Yeah, if you're not
I
counting
got
July.
7. Yeah, exactly.
I count every day.
I know, I do too, generally speaking. And also, I just had half of this rum and Coke. I think we know what that means.
You're
I've
having
been
a good
running my mouth
time.
too much. I need to have some more cookies.
Cookies. No, my stickers fell. Come back, stickers.
That's never good.
I found them. They didn't get far.
Whew.
You can fall, but you can't run.
Because you don't have any legs. And you stick to stuff.
But
Welcome to my stream where dad jokes rule.
I know that the horror geek. It's really an occupational hazard. All right. Okay.
Let's see what else. I don't know what this is. There are stickers on here that are pretty, and I'm like, I don't. You know what? No, we're gonna put these away because I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna use you. When you have too many stickers, what are you gonna do? Oh my god.
I took a note from Sky and I actually put all of my stickers into a 3-ring binder where I can flip through and see all the stickers that I have so that I can use them and stuff. And I love it. It's like she took like a good 3 days to do it because she had so many stickers to get in the notebook.
Wow.
And I was there the day that she finished it. So when she finished it, she had like a 1.5-inch notebook completely full.
Wow.
And what she does is she takes her stickers and she uses double-sided sticky tape and adheres them to a piece of computer paper and puts that inside one of the plastic page covers. She got a whole bunch of the cheap ones from Walmart, so they're perfect. They're real thin. And she had like a 1.5-inch notebook just completely full from where she had laid out all of her stickers nice and neat. She organized them by like holidays, and these ones are like planners, and these are, funny ones. What am I ever going to use these on? And since the moment I saw her do it, I was like, my eye started twitching. I'm like, I have to have a sticker notebook now.
Oh my goodness.
And I finally did it. I got them all taped down. I just keep forgetting to buy the plastic covers.
When you have so much stationery that you have to get stationery for your stationery.
Right.
That's an accomplishment right there.
That is an accomplishment right there.
I'll have to get Sky to post it on her social media or something because her sticker notebook is awesome.
I'm not even low-key jealous. I'm just jealous.
Right? I was too until I assembled them in the notebook. And I'm still jealous because I'm not done. So.
Come on.
So if anybody's wondering, it is awesome.
It sounds awesome. I found that this new notebook system that I'm trying to use is still working. The real test is going to be if I stick with it after this month, because I have a tendency after 3 months to be like, I don't like this system. And I do something completely different.
I need a new one.
I need something else. Oh my God.
That's why I started buying undated everything. Everything I buy is undated. And that's exactly why, because I'd be like, okay, well, I'm doing this or I'm working on this. And by the end of the quarter, end of the year or whatever, it would have stopped doing it or whatever. And I've wasted a notebook. Whereas now I'm like, shit, I can just rip the pages out and keep right on going.
Right.
I'm not at all bothered by ripped out pages.
Keep going. I know I did the same thing. Although I take it back. This planner, the Erin Condren planner that I'm using this year, does in fact have dates.
Oh my.
I know. I've committed to this planner. But I will say I really, really do love it.
That's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, Dow. July's social media for Mad Raptor Productions.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm just happy I'm posting on Instagram once a week right now. Like, that's a big accomplishment for me. I'm just saying. Because I even have it like in the planner. It's like post something on Instagram. I was like, what am I gonna post? Like, oh my god, and they might not like me anymore. And I just gotta okay, here's a picture of my dog.
First of all, the dogs are always a winner. And yes. And how could we not like you? We love you.
Yeah, you know, when that social anxiety surfaces, it doesn't care about logic. It's just kind of like, it's like everyone hates you. Like, oh my god. Yeah. So Wendy's like, yes, I discovered the Later app for scheduling posts. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yes.
Canva is rad. Canva Pro.
Canva is rad.
It really is.
I used Buffer for years, like for several years, and I have recently switched over to Later because they have a little hashtag helper, which I love. So we're doing that. I don't I really liked kind of the way the Buffer platform looked. Like I don't care as much for the Later, the aesthetics of it. But I do love that, and I also love the link in bio thing where you can make your posts like clickable.
I do like that. Yeah.
Well,
except it never works on Instagram. You can put the bit link in there, but it's never clickable.
If you click, so you put your link, like your link in bio link in your bio, but then when you click it, it basically shows
Of course, that's when it cuts her off.
Yeah, it would.
Instagram feed. Yeah.
Lisa, the gremlins. Lisa.
Sorry.
The gremlins have you, Lisa.
I like having
right where you were getting to the good stuff.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. It's not your fault.
Link in bio is you actually do have a link in the bio, but when you click on it, it takes you to basically a duplicate of your Instagram page, and that is completely clickable. So if they click on that, they can go right to the same picture they were on before, except this time now everything is clickable.
Ooh.
I know it's like I don't do it for a ton of stuff, but like if I post about the live stream or the Boozy Planner-o-rama or whatever, it's nice to be able for people to be able to actually go to that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Yeah. So what I was talking about was links in the post, not links in the bio. And this is just how aware I am. Everything Lisa's saying is absolutely right, and I'm just not getting it right now. Oh my god.
One of those days. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I have 2 weeks of Wednesday live streams already stickered in my planner.
Do you guys do this thing that I do where you print out your covers and you put them in your planner to remind you that you still have to write that book? Do you do that?
I do not, but I love that idea.
No, but I'm going to tell Sky that you said that because Sky has a bunch of covers that she's bought for projects that she's got in the works, and that might be something that makes her all tingly just thinking about it.
And what I do, because I'm cheap, right? Cheap 50 over here, is I get them printed out over at Walmart on picture paper.
Love that.
That's what I do. Yeah.
Let's see that cover that you have. Can we see it?
Yeah, I think I've shown you guys this before.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, that's the book for Kara's Tarot, and then this is for fine print, which you guys can't see yet. Okay. And then this is the Pilgrimage of the Cherry Blossom, which is my neglected manuscript.
Ooh, love it. That's awesome.
Yeah. And then I showed you guys these covers, right? And then I looked in here, and I was like, I haven't put any of those in here.
Well, that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah. Actually, yes, because what I need to do is go grab some tabs. I said tabs, Amy. Tabs. Ooh.
Oh, I heard it.
Is that a drink thing?
No, that's an Amy thing. But you can totally drink. I'm gonna go grab my tabs.
No, she's talking about straight up sticky tabs.
Oh,
Carol, I went over a project, like a book thing for Carol, and I sticky tabbed everything. And so there was 80 sticky tabs in this book, right? And she was like, "Oh my God, you really are you are a tab gremlin." And I was like, yes, I am. That's why the tech gremlin's like me. I am a tab gremlin. So for one of my, some occasion, maybe no occasion, could have just been a gift war, Carol got me a pack of 1,640 tabs. It was one of those things off of Amazon where it's just like 20 of the little, like you can get them at the store, you know, a normal sized pack of sticky tabs. I got like 20 in one big plastic envelope. And so now, you know, and now every time
I remember why I gave it to you, because you were like, stop it, like we're done. And I was like, okay, and then I hit the buy button. And then a couple days later, I was like, you have to go check your mailbox, because Amy has to travel to her mailbox. So I know when it gets there, but she'll wait like forever to go check it.
It's a saga, okay?
It's just a long journey.
Like
I understand.
A mile just to the nearest paved road, let alone actually to get anywhere.
Caro's.
So I have enough sticky tabs for like the next 5 years.
Well, that's good to know.
I just wanted to provide for you. I just wanted you to be comfortable, you know, and know that, you know, of all the things that you had to not stress about, tabs were not one of them.
Yep, for 5 whole years.
I think that's good. That's a reasonable number.
Let's see. So JC says, I just signed up for the trial for the pro version of Canva yesterday. So I have 30 days to have fun with graphics before going back to the free version. Yeah. I actually used the free version at work, and I can tell the difference. And it's just like, it's so hard for me to like not log into my actual account and just do all the stuff.
Oh yeah. I remember I'm on the pro one because Carol has one for Mad Raptor, and she added me as one of the like extra people on the team kind of situation.
Great.
And as soon as she did that, it was like the graphic media clouds parted, and I was like, oh my god, this is what all the professional people do. This is so much better than the free stuff.
That was pretty awesome.
The one thing it won't let me do that drives me nuts is because it's not my account. I'm added on someone else's account. I can use everything that they have, but I can't add to it. So I recently went on a font bonanza on that Creative Fabrica website that I tell everybody about. And it really is unlimited downloads. When they say unlimited downloads, I downloaded 1,472 fonts. What? And I cannot upload them to Canva if I am not logged into Caro's account as Caro. Amy's account cannot upload these fonts, and it drives me insane. I'm like, I have 1,500 fonts, and I can't use but 8 of them because that's the only ones that I uploaded before Caro gave me my own login. So yeah, it's a whole thing.
Yeah, and then of course, like obviously, I moved from one state to another. So when I logged in here, it was like, "This is a new IP address. Is this you?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's me," and I do all the stuff. And then I forgot that Amy would have to log in. So I just get a message, "Caro, I can't log in."
But we sorted it out, and Caro, quote is about to upload like 40 fonts. So
yes, Caro's about to upload 40 fonts. I have shamelessly been using that for my gaming group too. So I have like an online game. Nobody's surprised here at all. I know. But in my online gaming group, we'll take like screenshots of like our characters and stuff. And so sometimes what I do is I take like the really funny looking screenshots and I put them in Canva where the book cover thing is. And I make like hysterical book covers of their characters. Like
I've seen a couple of those.
Yeah, so I do that. Like, there's one guy, and he looks like a mafia guy, but like he's like he's like the nicest guy, right? So I do the covers that make him look like some sinister guy coming for like your kids and stuff. He is a hoot. I like him a lot.
That's funny.
Oh, I just need my multicolor pen. There it is. I love a good multicolor pen, but unfortunately, they're like stupid expensive if you don't get them from like the dollar store. I'm like, really? I'm not paying $16 for a multicolor pen. I say to myself as I put it into the cart to buy it, because we all know I'm going to get it. So
I'm just going to carry it around the store.
Right?
That's it. That's it. But then I'm going to put it back before I check out.
I'm going to think about it until it's time to buy it.
Right.
See, what would happen is I would just wait until like I had a really bad day and then hit the button anyway.
Yeah.
There's a joke that Mr. Brown and I have, and it's like this meme, and it's like, what do we do when we're sad, right? And it's like this girl, and she's sitting like on a therapist chair and stuff like that, and so she's like, I add to cart. He's like, no. It's like, that's me. I add to cart.
I think I've seen that one.
Yeah, so every now and then, Mr. Brown and I will check in with each other while we're not next to each other, because I actually have to physically go somewhere for work, so that's exciting. And I'll be like, how are you doing today? And one of us will respond with like, add to cart.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, we try. He's a good guy. All right, that is romance. So that is also a purple tab. I got these fancy tabs that you write on. And I got them. I can't remember what they're called, but they're paper. They're made by Aver, Avery, if I'm saying that right, because we know I can't pronounce anything for Jack here.
I think it's Avery.
Avery.
Yeah.
See, this is why you're here. This is why I need you.
You're welcome.
I have those in the metallics.
Yeah, but sorry.
I would need to drop a link.
Maybe you could drop a link. That's totally fine. I would totally share it with everyone. But yeah, so I have them and I write. And at first I was like, these are great, and I absolutely love them, except when that I don't spell the thing right, and then I can't use that tab.
Yeah, that's not fun.
So make sure that
I'm at
you
the
do it
point
right.
now where I don't care. As long as I know what it's supposed to say, fuck it. It's sticking on the paper anyways.
Okay, sorry, I just want to answer the question. It kind of depends on what you want to do with it, JC. Like, there's lots of things that you can still do with Canva on the free version. But I feel it the most because I work with a caregiving organization. So when I want to go look at pictures that have to do with caregiving, they're all licensed and I can't have them on the free account. But if we're talking about author platforming, there's lots of stuff that you can do with the free version that you don't have to, play with it, see what you're using that you would pay for and what you're not paying for, and then kind of make the choice after that. So,
yeah,
that's good advice.
Yeah. Dal says I had a cool. Oh, go on.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to go through the comments real quick. So, I had a cool sci-fi font during a trial, not anymore, but I downloaded every Northern Lights photo from the pro version, so I keep those up. That's wonderful. And then,
good.
Yeah, there's no going back. If I had the monthly cash, I wouldn't have gone back. Yeah, you do have to pay for that monthly. Yeah. And then Some Seriousness says, are the pens not available to order from the Dollar Tree website?
Does Dollar Tree have a website?
Yeah.
Really?
What?
I had no idea. Yeah.
That's the first thing I'm going to go find.
I missed. No, that went right over my head. Sorry.
I had no idea.
There it is right there, Dollar Tree, your favorite $1 items.
Wow.
Look, there's some pens here.
Add to cart.
Add to cart. Well, actually,
I'm
deliver
seeing tabs I've never seen before. This is not good.
You're seeing tabs you've never seen?
Yeah, they've got new patterns on their sticky tabs.
Watch out. She's going to get twitchy, guys. She's going to get twitchy.
Yeah, I am. I am officially cut off from spending, though. I recently, I don't like to give too many personal details, so I hate TMI. But I was recently going over my books, and I was like, hey, I've got enough set aside towards this purchase that, it's because it's a big purchase for me. And it's a big deal. And I'm like, oh, my God, I can get this by the end of the year if I stick to the amount that I'm saving right now. And so I was like, yeah, and I'm fucking stoked. I've cut myself off from shopping completely. I'm hoping I can get it up in the next 3 months. And so, yeah. I'm really excited about that. So my add to cart is on pause. So my wish list is already like doubled in size just in the last 2 weeks since I realized that. I went from like 12 to 30 items on my wish list.
Love that.
I have more things I need to print at Walmart. This is fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's
all fine.
fine.
It's fine. Yes, it's fine. It's all great. Yeah. So I'm gonna put that there. Now I have to get paper clips in here. My traveler's notebook is going to be like the most interesting thing by the end of the year. I just know it.
Are you still using that Habanichi one or something like that with the really thin paper?
That's right over here with the Bible paper, as I like to call it. And I try. It's true. You know what I mean? It's the Bible thin paper.
I knew exactly what you meant.
But yeah, no, I have it right here. And so the reason I stopped using it is because when I bought it, everything that this planner does fit my lifestyle at the time. And then after 3 months of it just not fitting that lifestyle anymore, I was like, I'm just going to stop setting myself up for failure in this book, and I'm going to go back to something else.
I'm going to set myself up for failure in a more accommodating book.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because so, for those of you who have never used the Hobonichi system before, it is a wonderful, excessively detailed system. It's got like your year at a glance page where you could put like all your important dates and any tasks that you have to do on the top. Obviously, I started to do that, did not finish it. That's a me problem. We all know this. And then it's got a nice like monthly spread that looks really nice. It's not filled out, right? Because I just didn't have anything going on except for, there's some birthdays in here I should probably like bring over. Anyway, that's not part of the thing here. And then I had like some other stuff. Here's the weekly. This is the one that I used to use like all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And this was my bread and butter for a while, and then I just stopped using it. Like, just didn't pan out for a while. But wait, there's more, because we're not done. There's also the daily layout, right? So monthly, weekly, and daily layout, right?
Oh my
gosh.
Just
everything that you never asked for. And for a little while, I was using this kind of like as a journal or a brain dump for story ideas, and that was kind of working. And then the thing is that when it became like, when I would think about the planner and it would turn into work, I knew I was just doing it wrong. So I just trashed it and started over with a traveler's notebook, and this has been a bit more successful for me. So I have a lot of good stuff in here. I probably need to transfer over.
I hate transferring stuff over from one journal to another. I hate it with a passion.
Yeah. You go. What were you going to say, Lisa?
Oh, no, I was just agreeing. Sorry, I was looking for a picture. I was just agreeing that it sucks to transfer stuff over from one to another.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I always feel like I'm wasting time, even though sometimes it's the best thing to do.
Yeah, I tried so many different ways to keep using this, and at the end I was like, nope, it's got to go. So that's what happened. Wendy says I use the Clever Fox and I'm loving it. I think I did not get Clever Fox, but I recommended Clever Fox to my boss. And so she should be getting it this weekend. So I'll hear about it probably on Tuesday, because that's when I work. I get Mondays off right now. So Granny, we were talking about that. Like, do you want to keep having Mondays off? And I was like, yes. Like, why is this a question? Of course,
Mondays off is really awesome. Like, one of my people's has Mondays off. That's their schedule, is actually Sunday, Mondays off. And it's awesome because you don't realize how many errands you run that are just easier to do on a Monday.
Right.
And so if weekday, like a Monday, is actually one of your days off for your own errands and times, it's awesome. I'm a big fan.
I am a huge fan of it. Like, you can't change my mind at this point. But probably in like, depending on how, so we they just took away like the unemployment bonus out here, which means that the people who are on unemployment benefits don't get paid the rate that they were before. And we're kind of excited about that at work because we can't get anybody to come to work. We can't get nobody to come in to the office and get things done. So we're kind of hoping that that's going to change. And I'm really hoping it's going to change because I am really not shy at work about if you come in for the interview and I offer you the job and you ghost me, I just go straight to the website and I report you, and then you just lose your benefits completely. So I'm that person right now.
Carol,
all you had to do was not ghost me.
Yeah. Carol is not messing around.
No, and I work with the elderly, so those people actually need help. And if you're going to come to my interview and I offer you the job and you're like, oh, no, I want the free money because I'm a lazy SOB, guess what? Now you just don't get anything. Well done.
Well done.
That was like the first thing I did. Like when I got into work, I found that number and then I just started reporting all the people that had ghosted my boss in the previous week. So
the lesson here is,
report names.
Yeah, do not get on Carol's bad side in here.
Or you could just, be a decent human being and take the job that's offered to you.
Right. Or say, no, thank you. I found something else.
Mm-hmm.
Or something.
Yeah. Let's see. Mondays is actually the end of my week. It used to happen to me. I used to have Tuesdays and Wednesdays off. Not here, like at a different job. Let's see, Wendy. I only work Sunday and Saturday, or Saturday and Sunday. I don't know why I switched those. Dyslexia, I guess. For the past 8 years, I sometimes hate not having weekends off, but I love having the whole week to do stuff. That does actually sound pretty cool, though.
Excuse me.
Tight.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Bless you. So, oh my goodness. I'm trying to track all my finances, and I'm already not doing a very good job because I only have 2 pages to track the rest of my year of expenses, and I've already filled out like a third of 1 page. So I'm like, I'm not doing this very well. And then I made like little columns because I was like, I should realize why I'm spending stuff. Am I spending money because I need food? Am I spending it because the house needs something? Or am I spending it because I'm stressed out? And so I have to honestly like X in the slot. Like there's so many stress purchases. Y'all, I have a problem. Like,
yeah, I do that. I really do that. It's not good to, it's good to, the first step to not doing that is being aware that you're doing that.
Yes. So I am aware that I'm doing that and I'm going to try and change. And part of that is probably going to be me not getting my nails redone, which I was like, no, I really wanted to do my nails.
That's an emergency. That's a necessity, right? You got to do that.
I don't know. You know what? I'll ask Mr. Brown if it's a necessity. We'll go from there.
Okay, fine.
But no, I'm meeting you halfway. I think it could be. I just have to go talk to the wallet, and the wallet tells me. So, although technically I am making income, so I guess I could spend some of that. But I don't know. Like, that's just how I am. I'm going to have to think about it.
Thoughts on this?
I thought we knew not to get on Kara's bad side. She's scary when she is mad.
That's true. We do.
I'm afraid. I'm glad that you guys fear my anger, but I'm also sad that you see my anger. See, I think poverty has taught me to not purchase beyond what I can actually afford. Yeah. Have you thought of cash wallet system? I stress eat. It's kind of helped. I have not thought about that, but I am going to write that down.
Yeah, it's pretty good. That's how I've done it for a long time. It wasn't until I was actually able to make online purchases that I started making a lot more shut up and take my money purchases. But I like the cash wallet system a lot.
That should be an interesting conversation. I missed the prompt for that. Was that me? What did I do?
Might be you and Mr. Brown talking about whether or not your nails are necessity or luxury.
Oh, hold on. I'll ask him right now. Yo, I have a question.
Don't forget to point out that you work in a field where looking presentable and clean and neat goes a long way because you're dealing with people's health face to face.
See, now I would go with it's a necessary stress reliever and self-care is very important.
Okay, if she uses both of those, she's already won the argument. Mr. Brown just needs to go ahead and...
Have you met him? You've met him. You know better.
I'm rooting for you, Carol.
Oh, okay. He just jumped into the stream. I'll just ask you here. Hey, honey, I have a question.
Wait, hold on. Allow Amy and I to make the case.
Okay, yes. Carol, you make the proposition, and then Lisa and I will support.
So we were talking about not spending money in a add to cart fashion, as you and I have discussed, right? So I was talking about not spending as much money, and one of the things that I know I spend money on are getting my nails done. So I talked about not getting my nails done anymore, and then immediately Lisa and Amy were all kind of like, "No, you have to do it." But now they're going to tell you why.
Right. Hi, Mr. Brown. Thank you for coming to our presentation today. So one of the things that is important to remember is that people are more productive when they are taking care of themselves. And I think we all know Caro gives to so many people. And probably you because you're married to her. And so it's important for Caro to take some time for herself and relax and get her nails done. Okay. I'd like to pass my presentation. I'm going to pass the laser pointer to Amy. Wait, that way.
You can't see it, but I have a matching pink pen, so we're good. And I pointed out that Caro now works in an industry where, because she's adjacent to people's health, presenting herself as clean and neat and put together matters. She's interviewing people, and these are healthcare providers, all that sort of stuff. So little things like having your nails done matters to the presentation, therefore the professionalism, and therefore a necessary expense.
Right. So it's for her health. To sum up, it's for her health
and her wellness,
her career, and her well-being. But whatever you think. No. Mr. Brown is a kind and loving soul, right? All for work. Wendy says it, right? It's for work. Right. And also for self-care. It's very important.
I never had such passion for getting my nails done. Thank you. That's very sweet of you.
Well, it's an emergency. All right. Can I say, that was the worst. That was literally the first thing we did. My mom came to stay with us during the pandemic. We kept her locked in her room for 2 weeks before Thanksgiving last year. And she stayed with us until just a couple of weeks ago. I don't think it's even been a month. And once we were all vaccinated, we put our little masks on and we went out into the world. And literally one of the first things we did was get pedicures. That's how critical it is to a human's well-being.
I like how you think. Thank you.
You're welcome. Some other people may have some other opinions, but some other people might have some other things, that are connected to self-care that are important to them, right? What do you guys do? I'm kind of dying to know, right? Oh, doll. So dolls. Okay. So can I say I never did. Every week I was like, I gotta do it. And I didn't. I just grew longer and longer and longer like Rapunzel until I finally got it cut a couple weeks ago. But it had been over a year and a half since I got a haircut. Yeah, it's true. Now I have these bangs that are irritating the crap out of me. Oh my gosh, look how long Caro's. I will say perhaps in a similar fashion to add the cart, Caro might not have a good day and it turns into getting nails done. It is certainly a form of therapy. See,
he is wise and willing to listen.
Yes, he is wise. And you know what? I can tell by the way he writes, handsome and smart.
You're not far off. I've met him a couple of times.
And a good spouse, a loving spouse, the kind of spouse who wants his spouse to,
get her nails done.
Okay, ladies, he's mine. You have your own men.
We're just trying to grease the wheels a little.
Oh my goodness.
We're not trying to borrow it. We're just trying to grease the wheels for you a little bit. We're just saying we recognize what a good choice you've made.
Let me just say, Carol does not fuck around with bitches looking at her man. Let me just say this. This is no joke, like the 5th time I've seen Carol be like, no, he's mine. Fuck up. Like just
the horror geek is the horror geek is within eyesight. Do not fret.
I'm like the exact opposite. I'm like, I'm not even sure where he is. Like, I don't know.
Oh my goodness gracious. Speaking of the horror geek, he did something very manly tonight. Yes. Ready, ladies?
Oh no. Okay,
he sprayed a wasp nest. Like a big one. We had like one like under one of like the eaves or whatever of the like by the window, like the little, I don't know why they do that. Anyway, he sprayed it. That thing was like this big. It was like a small pumpkin or something. And those wasps were not happy. And then the wind blew back a little bit. It was like he poisoned himself. He had to take a shower. I know, right? But it was very manly the whole time, I'll say that. And dead wasps. So
you're winning all around. You got a clean guy and no wasps. Well
right? Clean guy, and we're bug free. So in Florida, that is a win.
That is a win.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it really is.
I put my hair down. Now I'm like, I have tangles. Oh my god. Oh, sorry.
I wish I could do that. My hair is actually very curly, but it's very damaged because I don't take very good care of it. And so because it is very curly, it's got a lot of texture to it. And yeah, I cannot run my fingers through my hair like that without coming away with just like a fistful of hair. So
trust me, the hair's coming out.
And the wing combat. Oh my god, hold on. Leave that up because I have to take a picture. I have to take a screenshot of it for the horror geek. He is gonna love that. Oh my god, he's gonna die. All right, hold on. Done. All right. Oh, that's hilarious, Adega. Hand to wing combat. Whew. All right, here we go.
Also, not that they sponsor me or anything, but like that green hair dye I used like last year, it's still in my hair.
Mm-hmm. Still in your hair. That's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
Ugh. All right, Doll did. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, do you got it?
No. I was looking. I've got it. Doll still has Rapunzel hair, but cut the end so it's not that long. Mm-hmm. Mine was bad. Like I was like, take off like 5 inches. It's a lot shorter now. Here, it's toasty in my office today because it was very sunny. Here. See?
Oh, mine's just a little longer than yours right now.
Mine's shorter. I had like 5 inches cut off. It's like, before it was like down to like my waist, which is not something that I care for. I have like really thick hair. That's too much for me. All right. I'm sending this picture, this little screenshot to the horror geek because he's going to love it. And I'll bet every time he kills wasps after this, we're gonna hear that.
Hand to wing combat.
Hand to wing combat.
Nice.
That's exactly right. All right. Here we go.
I think about what else I need to get done. I cheated and I started working on my planner like yesterday because I was doing the quarter. I was doing the quarterly review. I know, none of you are surprised. You're all like, whatever.
You started planning previous to planning? No,
you started planning your planning?
I started planning my planning. I know.
You know what, though, Carol? You're running the stream today, and it's harder. It is harder to plan and run the stream at the same time.
That is true.
Not for you, but for me. You're better. I think you're a better multitasker.
I think I just have a shorter attention span. I'm like, I wrote 3 tasks. What are people talking about? Hello. Now I'm going to write 2 more tasks. What are people saying? Like, look, here's Morgan. Hey, Morgan, how are you?
Hi, Morgan.
Nice to have you. Thanks for coming to our little planner session where I threaten people with a timer if they're not productive. See, I got my hair cut to the length that is in my Bitchumi, but now it's starting to grow out and it's driving me nuts. It's at the length where it's getting in my eyes and I hate it.
Bitmoji.
Bitmoji? Oh, thank you.
That's what her picture is. Doll uses it too, I think. And it's
I have one.
Yeah.
I have one because that's how my boss communicates with me. Just send me a text and I'll be one of those. And I'm like, I don't know what that is, but it's cool and I want one. So I got it. But I haven't figured out how to make it work on my phone yet. So, but when I say I haven't figured it out, it's not that I sat there and went through trial and error process to figure it out. What happened was I looked at it. I was like, I'll figure it out later. That's literally how that went down.
That's how that went down.
As fuck.
Yes. Like, I'm going to do this later. This is a later thing.
This is a later thing. It's not a now thing. All right. I'm missing a little bag of stickers, of course, the ones that say live stream on them. And I don't know what happened to them. I can't find them. They're not in a notebook. I must have taken them out and did not return them. And this is why you should always return things to their place.
Yes, mise en place.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what happened.
I've been putting on, so I've got like this weekly, here I'll show you guys. For those of you who haven't seen my planner and, I don't know for how long, and you're curious or nosy or all of the above, whatever works for you. I started doing like the Alistair method on the rolling task weekly thing, right? But I do have like a couple of like repetitive things I do on there, like dishes, but I don't always do them on Monday, right? I just put them on there. And like at one point, I'm going to get tired of seeing I haven't checked it off and I'm going to go do the dishes.
I stopped putting things like dishes on my lists, but to compensate for that, I have a daily duties list. And
I was going to say to compensate. To compensate for that, I've been eating on paper plates. Sorry, I'm
no,
sorry.
But I like the way you think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have a daily duties list, and it's just a list of things that I try to do daily. Like I try to do at least 1 load of laundry every single day. And that's like the thing that I love, that I actually keep up with it, because I manage to keep up with all the laundry all the time, because I do 1 load every day. Even if it's small, I'm completely caught up on whatever this topic, whatever this is.
I love it. Impressed by that. I hate laundry. I hate laundry.
It was a task.
I hate it.
To get the habit.
Oh,
I just put anything on here that requires any kind of mental effort from me. Like if I know I don't want to do it, I have to put it on here. So that's kind of how I am. Like at some point, I think next week I'm going to actually have to mop the floors. And I'm like, I don't want to mop the floors. Why can't the Roomba mop the floor? There's a Roomba out there that mops. I know it. There is.
There is a Roomba that mops.
I'll tell you what though, that Roomba in this room, not effective at all. There's something about the carpet in this room where all it does, like, I'm not going to show you because it looks kind of weird. But this is like this room belongs to Bones, my Grim, right? If I'm in some other part of the house and he decides he's going to lay down, he comes in here and just like lounges across the floor. Like this is where he wants to be. And he's a really big fluffy dog. He's got that big soft fur and it just always falls off, right? So it's everywhere. It's in the carpet. And so when the Roomba comes in, all it does is it just like collects all the fur and then like leaves it in clumps. So I'll come in, they're just like little like
hairballs.
Hairballs. Like they look like dust bunnies and they're just all over the floor. So then I have to come in with the actual vacuum and like and pick it all up. So
there is a Roomba that picks up like hair and it empties itself and It doesn't have like a filter, and I think it also like the super duper Roomba, but they're insanely expensive. Like you could hire a person for like a long time to do that job for you instead of paying what you would pay for this crazy Roomba, which was like close to $1,000, as I recall. Because I was like, I saw an ad for it at Christmas, and I was like, that's awesome. Maybe I should get one of those. And then I saw the price, and I was like, oh my God, that's very expensive for a Roomba.
And then you were like, or I could just, not.
Or not. Or I could get one of those, or I could not. How about that?
I could pay myself $1,000 to just mop the floor once a week for a year.
Yeah,
that's a lot of add to cart.
Yeah, right? That is a lot of add to cart. I have a lot. We have a lot of tile in the house because we're in Florida, but yeah, it's a lot. That's a big mopping
over carpet. I would rather have to sweep and mop an entire house all the time than to vacuum an entire house. I've had wall-to-wall carpet for a long time, and I am over it.
That was my last house. My last house, not a fan.
Ugh.
No.
Nope. Not a fan. In fact, it's just this room and the main game room where Mr. Brown and I do all of our nerding out at that have carpet in them. And of course, like I'm in the middle of my my moving lawsuit. And so we already have like a compiled list of what we're going to spend this lawsuit money on, the bathroom, ripping out the carpet. There's little tiny things. So.
Heather.
Yeah, I said hello. I did the wave. Hello, Heather. It's good to see you here. Oh, let's see. What is that? She decided to make herself look slightly different than from how she actually looks. Oh, that's not me.
Bitmoji.
Oh, Jamie's okay.
Bitmoji.
Okay. Yo, I pay attention. I'm here.
You're on it.
I'm so here. Okay, I'm gonna go back to doing this thing real quick.
Yeah, I love my avatars that I make. Like this is one Kara made for me, and I absolutely love it. I actually use the first version of this as the image on all of my business documents over where it says, Amy, blah, 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 blah. If that's what I have as one of the pencil version of this, basically. And it looks like a one-line drawing, and I love it. And but I'm a big fan of the Google, as in case you hadn't noticed. I love taking just that outline that just generic avatar where it's the circle over the body and that's it, and then doing all kinds of funky stuff with it. You've all seen it over the last couple of years. I love doing that. I don't know I do not know why, but I mean, I feel like I got my hair did every time I put on a new avatar.
That's your therapy. That's what you like to do, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And like, some of the coolest ones that I've made in like 10 minutes. And then some of the ones that I was like, why don't I like it? Took me an hour. And I'm stuck with it for the rest of the month because I was like, fuck it, we're doing it. This is the one. And for a month, I was like, you're not cutting it, Amy. You didn't do it right. Wait until July, Amy comes out. Just wait for July, Amy.
Just wait for that.
So to answer your question, Wendy, first 3 months of 2021 were me going through the moving debacle that nobody asked for. It's like, it literally sounds like something that belongs in a Spanish soap opera. And I'll make a video one day once the lawsuit is done, and I'll talk about it in horrific detail. You all get a kick out of it, and then maybe feel bad for me. I don't know. You tell me. But part of what's happening is because there's a lot of neglect that's involved on the company side is I'm suing them because this is ridiculous.
As you should. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of what's going on. Basically just suing the moving broker because I did find the guy, but I can't legally do anything to the guy. So I'm going after the people I can do something against. So that's me.
Yeah.
Just Caro things.
Just Caro things.
Just have my worldly possessions out of my reach for 3 months. No big deal. Let's
I know. Every time I think about that, I was like, I can't imagine what it must be like to not, because, and just like the worst part of it, that Carol, I don't know if she mentioned this part or not, is for a large chunk of that time, her stuff was actually unaccounted for. they did not know where it was. So it was not a waiting game. It was I may have just lost every single item I put on that truck for an extended period of time. And I can't tell you how many times Kara would give me and Sky an update in our little Car Skimmies chat, and we'd be like, "Oh man, that sucks." And Kara would be like, "Yeah, thanks." And then Sky immediately, and I, not immediately, but we'd be in our own direct messages like, "Oh my God, poor Kara. This is horrible." But we didn't want to keep talking about it for Kara about how awful it was. I can't imagine going through, because I was 6 or 7 straight weeks of not even knowing if your stuff existed still.
5 weeks. 5 weeks and 4 days.
5
Not
weeks
that I was counting.
No.
That's the worst part. I'm like, oof. Oh my God, I can't even imagine. Like, I'm super fucking attached to this little Tigger bobblehead that I've had since I was like 9. If I didn't know where Tigger bobblehead was, somebody's head's gonna roll. Like, I want my Tigger bobblehead, bitches. Like, what'd you do with it? I can't imagine.
I know at one point when I was talking to my aunt, and like my aunt was like, "Well, this can't get worse," and I was like, "I'm not even done yet. Like, there's more to the story." But at one point, like when I got done telling my aunt everything that was going on, she was like, "Well, how are you coping?" And I was like, "Well, it's called sheepdog." And she's like, "What is sheepdog?" It's like, it's a peanut butter whiskey, and I absolutely love it.
Wake me up when it's over.
Yeah. I mean, actually, so that's kind of why I know some of you have seen the last 2 Planner-o-ramas and I haven't been drinking, but it's because I got a little too deep into the sheepdog and I was like, I think I need a break. I drink a little too much. My poor liver needs a break. My kidneys
was going to have to add liver damage on that lawsuit.
Right. We don't need that. We don't need that.
So just for my own personal health, I was just like, I'm going to take care of me and do myself a favor and just put the sheepdog away. So, but it's a dry house for me, but it's not a dry house for Mr. Brown, because at first he was like, "Do I have to stop drinking too?" And I was like, "No, you're fine. Help yourself. It's all okay.
It's all good."
So, actually, he went to. So the nice thing about hanging out real close to my dad is my dad will basically send us messages being like, "Come over. We're gonna go get in the pool," and so we can just drive over. I have not been able to do that in like forever.
That is nice.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
I put down the right one? I did. Okay. I'm having a moment where I'm like, I think I messed up. Let's see.
So I think I'm actually going to finish everything that I wanted to finish while we were on here.
That's awesome.
I know. I basically just sorted out my to-do list of projects, because I've got a couple more that I'm taking on at the beginning of the month. So there wasn't actually a lot to do, but I managed to get it done.
That's all that matters.
An entire sleeve of cookies. So
that sounds delicious. I have another root beer waiting for me, and I'm gonna get a little wild with it, guys. I'm gonna add vanilla ice cream to it.
What?
I know.
Ice cream.
You are a wild woman.
Wild. So wild. Let's see. The hubby is folding laundry. We don't fold laundry here. We pretend that we put it in the closet. Yeah, Mr. Brown and I have an ongoing play war where I'm like, "Hey, look, I got this laundry basket for you." And he's like, "Thanks," and still throws his clothes on the floor. And I'm like,
I'm the one that does that. I'm the one who's like, "It's next to the basket. What more do you want from me?" I'm the guilty party in that one.
I'm like, sometimes there are just like things that you have to let go and accept, and that's mine. I'm like, I'm not gonna win. It's okay. I understand. This isn't gonna work. I've tried. All right. So I use these nice achievement stickers that Sky got me to basically make me focus on what I accomplished during the month. So we'll see if that works. I'll check back in with you next month and see how that went. And I have all these word count stickers. If I don't finish my book, I'm gonna feel so bad.
You are gonna finish it, because how could you not? Because you have great word count stickers.
That logic is irrefutable.
Exactly.
What I heard is I need to buy more stickers.
That's what I heard too. I was like, if it doesn't work, just buy more.
Or yeah.
Add to cart.
Add to cart. Right.
I love stickers so much that for the longest time I collected stickers, but I kind of hoarded them. Like I have a couple of stickers that I've had since I was young, like Wishbone. Does anybody remember Wishbone the dog?
I remember.
I have Wishbone stickers from the Scholastic Book Fair where they had some of the Wishbone books, and in the book you got one little sheet of Wishbone stickers. I have Wishbone stickers from like 1995. What? And yeah, like I love them dearly. They're actually in one of the like long-term keep it forever scrapbooks. Aww. So but I hoarded the stickers for the longest time. And then like earlier this year, it was actually Sky, because she's awesome, she started buying me more stickers. And I was like, I have so many stickers. Like I need to use the stickers. And she's like, yeah, use the stickers. Like she kind of called me on my bullshit.
Sky,
that's the
Sky
point
do
of
that?
the stickers. I mean, it's not like I have bullshit. I have no bullshit for anybody to call me on. So it totally caught me off guard. Never would have expected it.
That's
I can't
funny.
even say that without wanting to smack myself. I can't even say it. But she got me into actually using my stickers, like just seeing her using stickers when we'd be like hanging out and we'd have like a work date, Mm-hmm. And we'd be hanging out and she'd be like putting stickers in her planner and shit. I'm like, I don't want stickers in my planner. And she's like, well, you have stickers, Amy. You should use your stickers. So now I've just been like burning through stickers, and I have to say I kind of love it. Like it's really
awesome.
fulfilling. Yeah.
It is. It's really fulfilling.
It's little adhesive pieces of paper with a cute picture, but damn it feels good.
Yes, it does.
This greatly amuses me, and I don't know why. Let's see. So Morgan created a whole content calendar for July. Well done. Let's hope I stick to it. And I need to get back into some kind of consistency on YouTube. You and me both. This is my consistency right now. Once a month. Once every other month at this point. Except on Lisa's stream, where that's once a week on Mondays. At what time, Lisa?
11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
There you go.
There you go. See, there you go.
Shameless plug. Not so shameless.
Not so shameless.
We got Wishbone lovers.
Yes.
Let's see more. And Dal's working on her content planner too. Yay.
Excellent.
Yeah, most excellent. I am going to pull this out and start pre-filling it because that's where I am right now. I've done many other things in my pre-planning planning. Let's see. To save my laptop stickers, I put them on Interface and then keep them in my yearly album if I get a new laptop. Oh, that's cool.
That is good. Love that.
Yeah. Okay, put that there. All right. So, does anybody in the comment section do a 12-week goal system, or are you guys just kind of doing it by month? And then I'll ask the people on the screen the exact same question. Why not?
I have had mixed success with the 12-week thing. When I'm on my game and I'm actually like, life is cooperating with me, I love a 12-week system. I get so much shit done. But if I get thrown off of that 12-week system, or just even like a week, if I get thrown off of any plan by like a week, I'm like, oh God, no, I have to replan the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And so if I'm successful 12 weeks, yeah, and I do like it quarterly, especially like Caro knows, because I've done a lot of quarterly stuff on Mad Raptor. We got a lot of quarterly stuff that's about to come up for this second half of the year. Mm-hmm. And yeah, a 12-week system actually works really good. And also, if you're depending on what your taxes are, I have found on some of the years where I didn't know what my income was going to be, or if I had like a windfall or something like that, I can file my taxes quarterly. And I actually love doing that, because then I don't have taxes at the end of the year where I'm like, how much is it going to be every 3 months? I just make sure that I'm paid up on my taxes. And that's my favorite 12-week thing to do, is every quarter file my taxes, because you can do that as a 1099. You can do that, and an LLC you can do that too.
It's like we're soul sisters,
I
Amy.
know, right? It's awesome. For anybody out there who's wondering, it's great. It takes so much stress off. It really does. Once I realized that I could do that, especially because I'm still freelance, so I make a very small amount of money consistently. I make chunks of money where I'm like, okay, I've been working on this project for a month or two. Here's what I've done. Boom, I've got a chunk. So because I don't have a very large consistent income, paying my taxes at the end of every 3 months and just being done with it, it's so much off my mind. I don't have to worry about that at the end of the year.
Well, and freelancing or being an author or any other sort of 1099 or, sole proprietor, you have, like, a lot of times it's sort of feast or famine, right? You get big chunks of money, and then you don't get any money for a while, then you'll get another big chunk of money. Hopefully more big chunks of money, but yes. Love this, Wendy. That's cool.
Yep, I'm creating Instagram graphics for a 30-day writing habits journaling challenge that I may or may not post. 3 days to go, and I haven't decided yet.
Well, you still have 3 days, so that's good.
Morgan says I do 12 weeks. I went through the Sarah Cannon HB 90 course, which is the Heart Breathings 90 course, which you asked about in the last stream that we were in.
I did?
Yeah, because we both didn't know what it was.
Because I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. Because apparently I forgot. I think from the last stream, I think that was like Groundhog Day for me, because I once again was like, oh, that's interesting. What's that? So, yeah.
You would actually really like Heart Breathing's channel. I'll send it to you.
I subscribed to her channel. I just have not watched a lot of YouTube lately, and I was not familiar with the course. But I do like her. In fact, I think you sent me to her last. Like, I think the reason I'm subscribed is because you had sent me over there.
I was like, you should look at this right now. Stop what you're doing. No, don't go talk. Don't go talk to the horror geek. You sit in that chair and you watch all of the thousands of videos that Sarah has.
I'm one of those people with YouTube. Like, if I find somebody that I like a new person, I will like just burn through their channel until I'm pretty much caught up on everything that they've done. Like some of you guys may have heard of Bailey Sarian. She's a makeup artist, and she does murder, mystery, and makeup Mondays. What? And she talks about either like a serial killer or a murderer or like an ongoing mystery or something like that. And she just talks about it while she puts on a face and makeup. And I just like her. And I think I burned through her entire channel in like 4 days.
That's funny.
Content out for like 2 years, and it took me 4 days to get through it.
That doesn't surprise me. That's
the extent of my YouTube. It's like nothing. I have to watch everything for 4 days. Okay, I'm caught up. So.
I did that when I first found Mr. Kate. You guys know that channel?
I think so.
It's a decorating channel, which is kind of funny. It's like this really quirky, fun woman and Mr. Kate, and she and her husband Joey they used to do these like sort of cheap like bargain makeovers for like $100 or stuff they could find in the dumpster off La Cienega or something like that. But now they do slightly higher end, but they still a lot of times will be like, oh, we're going to redecorate this house only using things we found at the dollar store or whatever. And they are so funny and entertaining and creative. And sometimes I like the rooms, and sometimes I'm like, but I love them. Like, she's so full of this like great creative energy, and I just love their. But that's one of those like where you can go like, oh, I'm just gonna watch one, and then it's like 7 later.
Yeah. I'll watch whatever. Like, I'm not a makeup person and I'm not a murder person, but I discovered Bailey Sarian and I watched her entire channel. I totally know what you're talking about. Like, there's just this energy that sometimes people have, and it doesn't matter what they're talking about. They enjoy it and you enjoy it.
Right.
And I'm definitely one of those. Like, that's what you got to do to get me to be a fan. You got to actually enjoy what you're doing. And I don't care what it is. I'll watch.
That's funny.
Okay, so I'm going to redirect for a minute. So Mary says, I've been doing weekly goals, keeping them simple or small and simple, and more than that, and I get overwhelmed. It may sound silly, but even monthly goals get overwhelming for me sometimes. I feel that. That's why I break the quarterly down to monthly, and then down to weekly, and then down to daily. So you got to eat the elephant one bite at a time.
Yes, exactly.
That's not silly at all. If you have to approach something small like that, like weekly goals, if you're getting your stuff done, it does not make a difference.
No,
like,
it doesn't matter.
That's how you feel good, go for it.
Yeah, that's why I switched from this. Even though it is a very wonderful journal, I was just like, I can't do this. This is too much. And especially I was just not as busy. I just ain't. Oh my goodness. Hi.
Are you living in the South now, Carol? How do you like it?
I like it a lot. They're all really friendly to me down here.
That's what? That's Tennessee. They got that slower drawl. They don't talk so fast, so it's kind of deep in the back of their mouth.
It's here too. Trust me.
It is right. You're right up there in the pants.
I was about to say you're up there at the top, right, by Tennessee.
No. She's not. No, she's south. She's like, but you like right where you get like a lot of that sort of Southern culture.
Yeah.
Right there.
Right there. Yeah.
I know somebody. You guys know Boomhauer from King of the Hill? Have you guys ever seen that show?
That's Carol's next door neighbor. No, I'm kidding. That's my next door neighbor. I'm kidding. I live next to very nice people. I'm sorry, Dave and Carla.
But the character, he talks like this. You barely understand what he says. He talks like this all the time. You barely understand like 3 words out of whole damn sentence. He talk like this. I know somebody who actually talks like that. Like straight up. I was like, I thought, it's a farce on the TV show of people who talk like that until I met someone who actually talks like that. And I don't know how I feel about it, but I actually understood them. Like, I've been grown up in the South. Neither of my parents are from the South, so I have very minimal of a Southern accent. But I know a Boomhauer, and I actually understand them when they talk. It's crazy.
My people are originally from Virginia, and and I like my relatives going way back, right? Am I frozen again?
Yeah, you're kind of back.
Okay,
what's up?
Okay, relatives from way back, many generations, Virginia, and I love. There are many things I do not care for about the South. I think we all know that, but I do love certain accents. And Virginia is one of them.
Like, I noticed that you had a tendency towards it in 15 Minutes of Shame, where you had the lawyer with the accent.
Yeah, right? Oh, and you know what? Single-Minded, too, although he does not have a Southern accent. In Single-Minded, the chef, the steamy chef, has a New Orleans accent, which I also enjoy. I do like an accent. I do like it. That's still a Southern accent, but it's a different one. The Virginia accent is a different accent than the New Orleans accent, is a different accent than the South Carolina accent. I like it. I like it all. I like those slow talkers.
I love that French Cajun Creole accent.
Oh yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. I hate to just geek out in TMI, but one of the sexiest people I've ever met in person. Like, he looked like he was ripped off of a cover of a magazine, no joke. And he had that accent, and I was like, oh my God, thank God I have to go to work or my clothes will be off already. Oh my God. Like, to see I was talking like that. And it was just gorgeous. And ever since then, I've been like, oh yeah, that accent. Mm-hmm.
You have to read Single-Minded. The love interest is a New Orleans chef named Daniel Boudreau.
Uh-oh.
That's all I'm saying.
The last time somebody said you need to read a book because of a love interest, it was Caro, and her David is just like my David. It's scary how much Cara's David is like my David. So
really,
well, occasionally she'll talk to me about her David, and I was like, you realize like this and this is probably going to happen next week, and she's like, no, and then comes back to me, and she's like, it happened.
Cara, how could you?
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my goodness.
So I will have to read Single-Minded now. Just because.
Just a little.
Yeah, I went to buy it the other day on Amazon, and I had an update on my device and I wasn't logged in. I was like, you know what? Hey, this is my client. I'm going to go ahead and read her book, just maybe I can find something, just some angle that I think would be cool to put on the website. I try to do that when I can. And they logged me out for some reason. And I was like, I don't even know my numbers. So
isn't that the worst?
Yet. Yes.
Yeah, I know. I have. Yeah.
Here's a question we can all answer real quick before we get off on a tangent.
All right, that's a good question. So I always choose like a few. You don't want to make every single word the dialect, right? So you don't want to make every single word the accent. So I usually will pick like just a couple of words that sort of, that kind of represent the whole of the accent. Because if you try to, I mean, some people can do it and pull it off, but I feel like a lot of times it goes badly. So you want to give that flavor to the dialogue without hitting people over the head with it. That's an awesome question, doll. How about you, Carol? How do you do it?
So 2 ways. First off, when you write accents, you need to make sure that they're still readable. The harder you make it to read an accent, the less your reader is going to want to read it and they get frustrated they put the book down. So one of the things that I do in order to make my characters sound very different is I pay attention to some things like in my book, Queen of Swords and Silence, Vanya doesn't use contractions. Instead of saying can't, he always says cannot. Like he's older, he doesn't do contractions, things like that. Where with Silence, like he always has profanity. It's very clearly Silence speaking at all times. And let's see, I'm trying to think about what it is that Ghost does that makes her. Ghost has like her diction is a little bit different because it's kind of a mixture between the old way of speaking and the new. So it kind of turns into like her weird hodgepodge of speaking. But if you actually pay attention in the book, she changes the way that she speaks based on who she's talking to. So when she talks to like a human person in modern day, she uses like their common lingo, versus when she talks to somebody who's a lot older than her, she'll switch to not using contractions and some other things. So it's kind of, stuff like that. Way more information than you probably wanted to know, but there you go.
But there you go.
What about you?
That's such a good question.
Huh?
Yeah. What about you guys?
Amy, what about you?
I haven't had to write an accent really. The stuff that I've written, I didn't bother to try with an accent because I'm still, novice. But as a reader, whenever I think of accents, the first thing that comes to mind is actually the Redwall series by Brian Jacques that I read when I was younger, because he has a couple of species. It's all animated animal, people. What's that word when it's an animal but they're peopleized? They talk and have cultures and all that stuff. Yeah, something like that. And he's got a couple of species in there that it's just straight up gibberish. And I've read a couple of books like that as an adult, and I've found the only real rhyme to the, method to the madness is that if you have someone, if you're going to use that accent, you have to put it on one of your, like, at best secondary characters, probably a tertiary one, so that you don't rely on their dialogue a lot to communicate important stuff. They're there for more context and setting. Are we in this area?
Flavor,
doing this sort of thing, and you don't have to rely on them for the actual conversations that move your plot along.
Right.
And that's the only thing that I've ever really noticed, because sometimes it's hard just to know what they're saying if it is the kind of language, if it is the kind of accent where there's something missing out of every single word. That's the only thing I can say as a reader that I've noticed is it goes a long way. It's actually useful to put it on one of those doesn't speak a lot characters as opposed to someone who does have to move the story along. Excuse me.
Or you could, do the one thing and say that they have a heavy something accent and then just write normally.
Right.
If it's Southern, you drop the G's and just go with it.
Well, not even like everyone, right? So like Daniel says darling a lot because there was I have a friend from New Orleans who like every third word out of his mouth, well, like that's just what all of his family calls each other. So when he talks to any close friend, it's darling, darling, men and women. And I always really love that. Like if you just meet their family, like you see where it all comes from. And so that's one of the things that he says. And I do drop the G with that. But then there are other things where I don't drop it in print. But I think by the time you get to the rest of his dialogue, you already sort of have an idea. Like as a reader, you always have kind of an idea in your mind about how he sounds when he's speaking, because I describe it early. I give a couple, of those little drop G's or long drawls, but then I'm not banging you over the head with it every single time he speaks.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, so that they, like anything with you, if you give your reader a description of someone, you don't say in every scene, he has brown hair. He has brown hair still. He has brown hair. He's got brown hair. So
only talk about hair if it changes. That's it.
Well, what I mean, though, is that you're not like once you establish something like that, you don't need to keep going back to it. You could have like little reminders, especially if they're cute. But yeah, I mean, for me, because, rom-coms. But yeah, it's such a great question. Okay, so doll.
Which one do you want me to click on?
Oh, no, any of them. That was the. You're so funny. Carol, we're like this, baby. All right. So she said, I'm doing that too. The minor characters have a heavier accent. I think that's smart. That's a good way to do it.
Mm-hmm. And then this is surprising. I'm not doing it wrong. Then I doubt. Well, no, Dow, you need to give yourself more credit, Dow. You're always very hard on yourself.
And you are. Anybody who reads a lot, you're going to pick up on things that you don't even know you know.
True.
Like just saying that like it's minor characters. I didn't know that until somebody asked me one day.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, it's usually minor, secondary at best, if not usually tertiary characters where the accents are. Like you pick up a lot, just like learning a language, like I'm sure most of these writer people have probably seen this, but there's this little like, it's just a picture of a newspaper article. And it talks about, like, why do we say TikTok and why does talk tick sound so wrong? And it's because even in our language, there's patterns. Like if we have two words like tick and talk, we put our I sounds before our O sound. Our O sounds. Our vowel sounds are usually in the order A, E, I, O, U. And you don't know that until you're writing and you're like, talk tick has got to go. That's not how we say that. And
or the order of adjectives.
Exactly. Yeah, that was the other thing too. It's like there's an order to it, right? It's like size, opinion, something like color. There's a reason that it's the big bad wolf and not the bad big wolf.
Right.
And you learn the same thing with tropes and writing rules and character type. What's that word? Typography or something like that. Can't think of it. I had too much sugar. But yeah. Are you going to put an accent on the main character? In the right book, sure. If you want it to be mass appeal where nobody's going to struggle to read it, probably not the best choice.
Right. So here's the order of adjectives in case anyone's wondering. Number, opinion, size, shape, condition, age, color, pattern, origin, material, purpose. That's how they go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to want that later.
That's the crazy thing. You already know it.
You already know it.
Yeah, you don't know, you know it. But if you start rambling off in some of those like Douglas Adams kind of type sentences, you're going to put them in that order and have no idea that you've done it. And nobody's going to question it because you did it right. You just know it. It's weird, but it's real.
Yeah.
I'm like, no wonder English is so hard. Like, especially once I started playing around with other languages. English is a bitch. Like we really do have rules that just don't go together. And there's all kinds of little stuff like that, how do you explain that to someone? I don't know why you sound weird. You just sound weird because I don't even know that I know this rule. But as a native speaker, I'm aware that you as a non-native speaker are saying something that, is uncommon for what I'm used to hearing. So it's all kinds of weird stuff.
Well, part of it is that it's a hard language because it doesn't make any sense in a lot of
Yeah.
it makes a lot of sense in some parts and no sense at all in others.
English was always meant to be written, not spoken. That's where the big complication comes from. And speaking of complications, we have 5 minutes left on this stream.
Nice, Caro. Very nice.
Thank you. That was my segue for the week, ladies and gentlemen. So we are going to go ahead and do our exits. We will start with Amy and go to Lisa and then come back to me. So.
Okay. Hi, I am the Gremlin Man, sir. I am Amy. I am a friend of the ladies on the screen. I do not have social media. Actually, I do have a Twitter. I have to remember, I have a Twitter. I've had it for like 2 years now. I have a Twitter.
It took me 7 months to get her to get that Twitter, so it's going to take me 2 years for a website. I did the math.
There's no website. There's no YouTube channel, but there is a Twitter.
2 years.
So
it's on my
planner.
planner.
Me and letting me run my mouth, all that good stuff. I look forward to the ones in the future.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for hosting, Caro. It was awesome. And as always, I had a great time. You guys, everybody who showed up tonight, thank you so much. You guys are awesome, and you just make it like so much fun. I love this. Love it. Love our little Boozy Planner-o-rama.
Your outro has to be about you and what you do.
Oh, right. Whatever. I just want to say thanks to everybody. Okay.
No, it doesn't. I didn't say I was an SEO not once in that sentence. It doesn't have to. Rebel, Lisa. Fight the system.
I'm a best-selling, traditionally published author, and if you want to see my writing advice, you can check it out on my channel. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Sassy lady.
I know, right? It's the 3/4 of a rum and coke that I had. I'm all wild now.
Wild. Don't worry, I'll be wild as soon as I'm done because I'm gonna go have a root beer float because I'm an adult and it's it's almost 9 o'clock at night for me and I do what I want.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of doing what I want, my name is Carol Brown. I'm an urban fantasy author. On my channel, I sometimes show up and I host a stream right now because that's all you're getting from me. At some point, I may post videos. At some point, I may have regular streams, but unfortunately, I don't know when that is. So when I find out, you'll find out, and everything will be great. But you can definitely find me on Lisa's streams on Monday when she hosts them. So if you want to watch me actually be like doing writing things, that's when that's going to happen. So anyway, so. That's going to be us. The next time we have the stream is going to be on. We should figure that out before I end the stream and put it in the planner.
We should. Yeah. You know what though? Here's my problem though. I'm going on vacation. I'm going surfing the last week of July.
So then let's do it. So instead of a short time between months, we'll have a long one.
A long one. Yeah.
Okay, so the next one is probably going to be in August.
Yep,
August 1st is a Sunday.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to be gone still. No,
Okay.
that's the week I'm going to be gone the 26th of July all the way through the 1st, which I've just announced. Please, no one rob my house. So the 8th, can we do Sunday the 8th for the next Boozy Planner-o-rama?
Of course we can.
All right. It's set in gold and stone. The Boozy Planner-o-rama. Everybody mark your planners.
Yeah, and you're hosting that time.
I am.
But if you can't, let me know, and I'll host it again.
All
right, so now we're officially done because we know when we're streaming again.
Yay!
Yay!
Thank you for keeping us on track, as always, Carol.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm sorry that I did all my planning before I was supposed to do planning with you guys. Next time I'll just do it when we're all here. It'll be great.
It will be great. It was great this time.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for coming. I'm going to hit the end button. You all have a good night, and we'll talk to you all again real soon. Bye.